I've seen a lot of commercials on social media lately for the VNSH holster, spelled without vowels, just VNSH, pronounced vanish. And is that because it helps make your concealed carry gun vanish? A lot of claims about this, and I'll give you my thoughts on all of that right after the break. Stay with me. All right, I was kind of curious when I see all the ads on social media for the VNSH holster. I had to go out and buy one. This was not sent to me. This is not a product placement. Bought it off the website with my own money, and here is the VNSH holster. And yeah, they claim that this is made out of yoga pant material and Cordura. I'm seeing maybe a little bit of yoga pant type material on the back here. The rest of it all seems to be Cordura and some elastic and some Velcro. And they also claim this will fit 99% of the makes, models, and styles of semi-automatic pistols, even some revolvers. And we'll try a few of them in here, and again, I'll give you my thoughts on that. They also bill this as the most comfortable holster that you'll ever want to wear. Well, again, I've had it on for a while. I got my thoughts on that too. The burning question for me was, is it really practical as a concealed carry defensive holster? And again, my thoughts on all of that, and also a couple of tips in making it work better, or at least work somewhat for your carrying purposes. All right, this holster, supposedly this is the newer model, and it has a protected trigger guard. Apparently one of the earlier ones, there was some complaint that you could actually press the trigger through the fabric. Can't do it on this one. And let's see, it's also a level 2 retention, which means it does have a thumb brake on it, and it also has a 2-year warranty and a 60-day money-back policy. And right now you can get these things around, what, $90 or so. Normally they're, what, $130 or something like that. Of course, it seems like everything that's advertised heavily on the internet is always on sale. Well, wait a minute, why don't you just make it at the regular price all the time instead of, anyway, neither here nor there. All right, the other thing, the question that occasionally comes up on these, I've searched all over and over trying to find out where it's made, and looked at the box and looked at what a little bit comes with it. Oh, by the way, the card that comes with it, as well as this little one here. Scan the QR code, and it takes you to about a 4.5-minute video on how to set it up. And okay, QR code, but not everybody has access to the internet or has capability of scanning QR codes, but neither here nor there. Anyway, nothing on the website, but I did see that this is made in, I'll get the glare off it, made in China. But then again, it seems like everything is made in China these days. All right, so let's get to what it'll fit and what it won't fit. And we'll start with, well, I guess the biggest hideout gun around, or well, not the biggest, but certainly one that I use for hideout. By the way, all the firearms that I'm showing today have been safety checked, double safety checked. They are completely unloaded. All right. By the way, this is ambidextrous, or as one person said in their ad, ambidextrous. So it's ambidextrous, and therefore can work for right hand or can work for left hand. Got a little problem with that, but here is a Ruger LCP Max, and sure, it fits. And let's see, some other populars, the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, and of course that does fit in here. Some problems on these little ones I'm going to talk about here in just a minute. Let's see, SIG 365 XL, sure, that fits. Regular 365, and of course that fits. It's tucked way down in there. How about a Glock 43? Yep, that fits. How about the Smith & Wesson CSX? No, that's got nothing to do with the railroad. Chief Special Extra, I guess. There, that also fits. And let's see, let's go a little bit bigger. How about a Glock 48 with an optic on it? And the answer is, yeah, that certainly fits in there. And Glock 19 with an optic. And of course, that fits. Trigger guard's just a little bit exposed unless you really shove it down in there. Maybe the optic gets in the way of that a little bit, but it does fit. And we'll talk about being able to get a full firing grip here in just a quick minute. New Kimber KDS 9C with an optic. Again, it'll go down in. Trigger guard is covered. You can just about get a full firing grip on this. All right, let's go bigger yet. How about a full-size 1911 5-inch barrel government model? It does, but you can see the barrel sticks out the bottom. And of course, if you pull this wrong, are you going to get any snagging of the front sight? And the answer is no. The front sight's not going to snag. Now, it is going to be kind of against your body, and you can't quite get a full firing grip with this particular gun. All right, a couple of things that don't fit, though. how about my 320 M17? Again, loophole delta point on here. And shove that down in, and I can't get this gun in far enough to protect the trigger. And again, that's it's a fairly decent sized carry gun. I mean, there are bigger, but can't get it all the way down in. How about the regular 320 type with no optic? Can I get that all the way down in and protect the trigger? And the answer again is, all right, if I really shove it in there, the trigger is somewhat protected, but again, that's without an optic on it. Oh, and how about a revolver? Little Smith & Wesson J-frame. Did a review on this here quite a while ago, and the answer is, yeah, that can go in and you can just about get a full firing grip on it. And even though this has the exposed hammer, even though I've got some J-frames that don't, it actually does not hinder the draw. So it does fit a lot of different firearms. One that I may be carrying, if I do carry this at all, I'll explain here in just a minute. It does have an ambidextrous safety, which, ambidextrous safety. So that's why I'll be carrying this. And I'm right-handed, you know that from my other videos, but I'll probably be carrying this left-handed, and that's why the safety on it. Again, I'll explain all that in just a minute. All right, so it fits a lot. It doesn't necessarily fit everything, as you see with the M17. There was a problem with fit on that, and maybe some others. So how do we make it fit? Now again, level 2 retention. It's got a magnetic snap on it, and this one's already adjusted for the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, and it's supposedly fairly easy to grab. Flip the snap off, pull the gun. So a couple things about concealment. I really believe that A, you should be thoroughly concealed, but B, in an emergency, you need to be able to get that gun out right now. Kind of the gold standard is a 2.5 draw to first shot. Not a lot of people can do that. It does take a lot of practice. There are some things that help, that really help you be able to make that 1.5 second draw to first shot. One is going to be able to get a full firing grip on the gun while it's in the holster, not having to pull it and then rearrange your grip. That's going to slow you down, depending on how much you practice, maybe a half a second, maybe more. The other thing is being able to get the correct angle. Now, ideally you want to be able to draw straight, but for concealment you might want to have a little bit of an angle, and you can see when you put this gun in for a left-handed person, it's on a little bit of an angle, not quite a full FBI can't. Switch it around for the right-handed person, again, about the same angle. So if you carry this appendix, which is what a lot of people are doing nowadays. I'm going to demonstrate that here in just a minute. You really don't have the optimal angle for a an appendix draw. Optimal for carrying it at 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, yes. Appendix, not so much. And again, we'll go through that. Before I do that, I want to show one thing on this retention though. The snap on the backside is fixed. It is sewn right in there. By the way, the quality on this, I have no complaints at all about the quality. It's got a good stout band that's going to be, it's good heavy elastic, and good Velcro, multi-position adjustable, and you can also get extenders if you have a larger waist than normal. But level 2 retention is sewn in the back and a magnetic snap, and there's a Velcro strap adjustable on the inside, or just take it out and don't even use it if you don't want to. One thing I've never seen on any of the other reviews, and certainly not on VNSH's website, is how do you adjust that snap for different types of firearms? Because it's Velcro on the inside of the holster, makes it a little difficult. I'm going to adjust this, well, for the gun that I had in here a minute ago, the Smith & Wesson M&P, but I want to show you an easy way to do that. First thing I did is take out the liner from my M&P extra magazine and slip that into the holster. So it's sticking out the bottom and out the top. Then put the Velcro below that and hold it against the cardboard liner there, so it's not, excuse me, the thumb snap, so it's not against the Velcro. Then add the firearm. I'm going to add this for left hand. Again, I'll still get to the explanation, don't worry. Again, these guns have been safety checked. All right, so I'm putting the gun in for left hand use, putting the snap right about where I want it, pushing the gun all the way down in the holster, adding the fixed part of the snap over the back part of the grip, and then taking the adjustable part, because again it's not being held by the Velcro at this point, fastening the snap, and then shoving that Velcro down in as far as I can get so that snap is snug. Once I get it shoved down in, then I'm pulling the cardboard out, pushing the Velcro down, and voila, the snap is now adjusted finally. So again, just a little piece of cardboard between the Velcro in the holster and also the thumb snap, and that'll take care of that adjustment. All right, so how's it going to work on? And again, I'm going to go through the whole thing with this a couple of different positions here, but the reason that I'm doing this left-handed is because by the time you see this, I will be probably 3 or 4 days into recovering from shoulder surgery, which means my right arm is going to be immobilized for quite a while. So I've been practicing shooting left-handed, been practicing drawing left-handed, and reloading left-handed, because I won't be able to use the right hand for a while. So I'm going to demonstrate how that works and how this holster will work with that. All right, I'm one of these, maybe I'm going against the trend these days, but for my entire life I've carried a 3:30, 4 o'clock position right around there. I just can't really get into appendix inside the waistband carry. I know it's the rage these days. It's a fraction quicker. It's supposedly a little easier to conceal. Advantages to it, but also some drawbacks. But the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 I have in here, I specifically got this one with the safety, and of course it's an ambidextrous safety, and an appendix position. It does conceal fairly well. And this is why I'm going to have to do it. Now, this is the exact sling that I'll be using by the time this video actually airs. It's one I had for a while back when I actually broke an arm. But anyway, so my primary hand is going to be disabled, and my secondary hand, in this case, my left hand, is going to become my primary for quite a while, and it's going to have to be able to access this gun. Now, the retention strap is fastened, and in order to grab this gun and draw, oh, by the way, there is a magazine pouch in here if I do have to reload. There is a spare, and there's also one behind, tucked right in here. I can put my knife in there, OC spray, whatever else I need. A little difficult to get to, but okay, there it is. So, need to release the safety strap, get a full firing grip on the gun, draw the gun. Now, the problem is, in appendix carry, the gun is angled. Remember, it's almost an FBI can't. So my wrist is cocked quite a bit. Normal appendix carry, the gun will be straight up and down. It doesn't work straight up and down in this kind of holster. So I still have to cock my wrist and my arm in order to be able to draw the firearm. All right, once I've got it out, what do I do? Well, I'm all done with the action. I never had to use the firearm or did have to use it and put it away. Well, how do I do that? Well, can I do it? By the way, again, this is double, triple safety check. Can I get the gun back in there? And yeah, I can, but it's not as easy as it is with a Kydex or a good quality leather holster. So it goes in, it does hide. Now again, that's sort of appendix carry. Although appendix is over here, but I'm left-handed anyway. Neither they're here nor there. All right, so can I rotate this around so now that it's in my normal carry position, and yes it is, I can still get a full firing grip on it and draw and bring this particular gun out. A little gun, you know, like the Shield Plus. I'll get it back in here. All right, with this, I can't get a full firing grip on the gun, so I've got to bring the gun up, readjust my grip, and bring it back up on target. That's at least, and I've been practicing that's at least a half a second delay because I can't get that full firing grip. One of the criteria that I really have for any kind of holster is getting a full firing grip on the gun while the gun's in the holster, so I don't have to make that adjustment when I'm, especially if my life depends on it. I can't chance having to pull the gun out and then re-grip and get back on target. Again, that half a second could be critical. So overall, what do I think of the VNSH holster? Again, it's very well made, even though it's made in China, but again, what isn't these days? But again, the quality is there. The materials are great, the assembly is great, the stitching is great. I'm not fond of having to scan a QR code to get the how-to on it. Come on, I know everybody's doing everything by the internet, and I've had a lot of comments when I complain about not having a manual with whatever item you're getting. It costs $1 more to print a manual. But not everybody has internet access. Not everybody has high-speed internet access. Not everybody can look at things on a little screen. There are just so many. In fact, not everybody has a smartphone. $1. Put the manual in there. Okay, I know for a lot of people, scan the QR code, get the setup manual. All right. Anyway, aside from that rant, it does. It's comfortable, no doubt about that. They are right, it's one of the most comfortable holsters around. I don't have a problem with that. Let's see if I can get it off while I'm talking here without having to drop the trousers. So yeah, it is comfortable. I'm not going to argue with the comfort level. It does fit a lot of different firearms. I'm not going to argue with that. Is it worth the $130 they want, or the $90 that is currently on sale for? Yeah, for its intended purpose, generally yes. Again, wrong can't for appendix. Even though you can get another mag in here, which is nice for appendix carry, carrying it offside. Generally you want the magazine in your secondary hand, your gun in your primary hand. That's not going to work this way, but again, there are some limitations. It does fit, it is comfortable, it is apparently well made. So you decide if it's going to be right for you. Is it going to be right for me under very limited circumstances, particularly while my primary arm is disabled? Once I start healing, I'm limited in how much I can lift, push, or pull, so maybe I'll still continue to use something like this. I've got a couple other options that we may talk about. So the VNSH Holster, I kind of went long-winded on this, but the VNSH Holster is part of what they build it for. And again, it's all of what they build it for if you understand the limitations. Thanks for dropping in.